Hey everybody, it's Oshii here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the starting gameplay for Albion Online. I want to show you the customization screen and some other topics that I found interesting while playing and getting to know the game. As you can see, the customization screen isn't too much as what you would expect from another game. It has its own little thing. It's very small, but I don't know if this will actually be better once the game comes out, if it'll improve in certain ways once the game comes out, or if they're planning on leaving it like this, because there could be a couple things added to it to make it a little bit better. Now going into the game, there was a couple things that I noticed right away. It is a gathering type game. I mean, I'm pretty sure you might already know that. You might be very aware you will have to gather and craft a lot of the parts. It's very important in this game. Right away, it's a click intensive game. It's not, you can't move with WASD. You're gonna be just clicking for everything most of the time. You're gonna be able to use your attacks and stuff, Q, W, E, R, letters, but more than that, you're gonna be clicking. A lot of people compared this game to RuneScape, and I can see why they would compare it to that, because of the fact that you have to do a lot of grinding and there's a lot more to it than you would expect from a normal game. So it really depends on what type of gameplay you favor. That will kind of put you if you like the game or if you're kind of thrown off by it. Now that being said, it does give it its own unique feel to it, which is something very enjoyable, very different than every other game that pops up. This is one of the screens that I'm going to show up later in a little bit bigger so you don't get scared off right away, but there's a lot to it, and if you don't understand it, it can be very scary, especially in the beginning, as it was for me. Now, as you can see, in the beginning, you're just kind of looking and reading what it says, craft beginner knife, you gotta do this and that. You don't really get a lot of sense of how to do certain things. You just kind of have to figure it out on yourself, and that's actually pretty awesome. And you don't have to get told everything on how to do it. You kind of just get to explore, which is something big about the game, and it makes the game more enjoyable because you're just kind of having fun, and you don't have to look at guides, you don't have to look at this, which I don't know, in some parts is what makes the game really fun. Now, I'm not sure if this part is only for the beginning, but you do have to craft a lot of your own things. Of course, if you do have money, or if you do, have the resources to maybe acquire more silver and things like that, you can always, there's going to be an auction house, and what we call an auction house, and go ahead and buy whatever you need and things like that. But for the most part, you can actually gather resources and just make your own stuff. Now, of course, the higher tier armor and things like that are going to be much harder to get, and I wasn't able to get into this video into the dungeons and PvP, since it's still pretty new and I'm exploring and adventuring into not a lot of things, which I'll be putting up some more videos hopefully to help you guys understand. And the main part is crafting. You do have to craft a lot of your own things and start to get everything. This is the part where it can look kind of scary when you look out and zoom and see everything, but as you play the game, you'll understand, and you'll say, okay, this is not that bad. Some things are about combat, some things are about building. Don't look at it and get scared off, because I know for sure that even just me looking at it, I was pretty, I was set back. I was like, whoa, what is this? Why are there so many things? So it can be unimpeding right away there. And so crafting is an important role, like I said before. And quests, they don't tell you where to go. It's gonna be normal, so you're just gonna have to go out there and explore. And the starting combat, depending what type of games you're used to playing, it might be extremely different. So you're not just going and clicking a bunch of letters to do a bunch of strikes. Your main strikes are really built off the weapon you have, the armor you have, and things like that. So depending what you wear will tell you, what you can actually use. Now I'll be showing the clips a little bit faster because of the sense that I want you guys to be able to see as much as possible. Now, an important part is the more you gather, the more you will have in your inventory, and the more weight you will have and you will carry. Now, once you pass over 100% weight, you will actually slow down a lot. Now, this is very important if you're out gathering in an area where there's PvP and things like that. In the case that you're gathering something important and you need to make a run for it, and you're over 100% weight, it'll be a huge mission, and you will probably not outrun anybody, and you might die. So it's something important to take into effect. And like I said before, depending on the type of game you've played before this game, your reactions will differ. Your whole idea of the game will actually differ. One thing I did not like about the game, although I don't mind it being click intensive, where you gotta click for your character to move, but if there's an object in the way, he doesn't kind of just go around it. So if you wanna click somewhere, your character, if there's an object in front, he will just stay stuck. Again, I'm not sure if this is all part of the beta. This is a final beta. There's no official release date yet of when the actual game is coming out. There's been some rumors of sometime next year, hopefully before summer, because I believe they are doing certain things to try and get this game completely out there and perfect. But again, it's never going to be perfect once it comes out either way, so I don't think this should take too long, because they've had people waiting for a while already. I joined in the final parts of the beta, so these things you're seeing, a lot of it might already stay, but I'm hoping this one thing will actually not, because it gets pretty annoying to have to click 30 times around the object or anything like that. I'm hoping that gets fixed pretty soon. Now, the map itself is huge. I really enjoy the fact that by just looking at all of this, I know there's a lot to do in the game. There's a lot to explore, and really a lot just to go out and see what's going on in this whole Albion world. Now, important is, when you have such a big map, you of course need to have a big amount of players playing, usually, a lot. So this is going to be interesting to see. A lot of games, you'll see them on release date jump up and have so many players, and after maybe a couple months already they're falling as to where there's not enough players for the map, there's not enough players to actually enjoy the whole game. This will be very interesting to see, because it could possibly hurt the game, or it could actually help the game so much. Now, let's hope it's something that we can look forward to. There are crafting stations in the cities. I was able to go to 2 cities, and I saw there's 2 different types of crafting stations. Not all stations you can craft the same thing, although they might look the same. Some parts will only craft some sort of armor that you may need, and in the other parts is some other type of armor that you may need. So it's something that you kind of have to just do it and see. Now, as you can see on screen, I am 132% overweight, so my character is going very slow. He can go up a little bit more, you can keep gathering stuff, you're just going to get slower and slower, and that could, of course, could damage you. You're able to see and inspect other players, which is really cool, because you can, especially if you're new to the game, you can see what type of armor to go for, what type of things to do, and just kind of give yourself an idea of what to kind of shoot for while you're playing. There's all these types of things you can have, and all these types of axes, and the better your axe is, the better your knife, the faster you're going to be able to gather. So if there's a certain type of tree that's for a higher level, the better your axe, the more you can actually do in the whole movement, and that will actually help you. And especially, we think of this more when you're in the PvP zones. When you're in the PvP zones, you're going to want to do everything really quick. You're going to want to do everything fast, because at any point anybody can come out, and if you do die, you will lose all your items. Now, you can store them in that city's bank and hopefully not die at all, but if you do die, then you always want to have a spare of armor. You always have a spare of the gear that you have, or when you actually go out there, don't take the best gear. Leave your best gear for maybe dungeons or different types of things, but just know, if you do die in PvP, you will lose your items. So this is very important and something to keep in mind. Now, the game itself, in the beginning stages, there's not much to describe. Really in the beginning, for the time that I played, there's still so much to do, so much to explore, that you can't really say too much, but I do love the fact that there's a lot to do that will keep you entertained for a while, that'll keep you kind of just having things to do. Now, important is to join a guild, find people to play with. I believe they do have a Discord on the Reddit forums for Albion. I haven't been on it myself, but you know, you want to just kind of group up and play, because every game will just be a lot funner if you have a good amount of people to, you know, just group up and go do stuff. And of course, you'll learn a lot from people that are already playing, and you'll learn the tricks, so you don't have to kind of struggle as much, but you still get the you know, the essence of exploring and doing things yourself. Now I want to show you an important part of Albion Online. It's something that they've been working on. They've tweaked it here and there, so there's no end game on how it'll be, but the reputation info. So technically you can go out and PvP and do all you want, and then you can get infamous, villainous, and, you know, notorious or dreaded. Now with some of these things you can't access certain cities, and of course, you know, you can't access certain cities, you're gonna be out there and you can just risk dying. They are working, I guess, on tweaking it, so it's kind of balanced and fair for everybody, but it's still in the works, really. So we have to see how that turns out, and it'll be interesting to kind of follow it just to see what happens. Overall, though, I did enjoy Albion Online a lot. I played for a while, and I'm gonna stay playing, and I'm gonna stay with this game, as I as well was looking for a game to actually start playing, because I didn't have anything in general. So this is going to be really fun, and I think I will keep making more videos as well, just to be able to show you guys what progress I've been able to do, and just little tips and tricks on Albion that I'll be learning while doing things myself, and hopefully it'll be something that it'll help you. So make sure to stay subscribed, and you know, if you do like the video, please like it. Oh, but you know, overall the game is fun. The game is fun if you like to explore, and if you like to just do things yourself while learning certain things, and then, you know, joining into a group later. So it's very different from maybe a lot of the games that you're used to playing, or maybe, you know, a lot of these MMORPGs that you might have played before. So you can't really put it into its own bracket, because it is unique and it has its own certain things. I would recommend that you try it, as it will be free to play once the game launches. Now you could buy, you know, gold, and there's premium status. Now these things you can buy, you know, with using the silver in the game. You don't have to actually spend money to win so far. And you know, it could be that once the game comes out, it is fully pay to win, as in, you know, that if you don't buy gold or anything like that, you know, you're not gonna advance. So things are gonna be interesting to watch how the game really develops, but it is a fun game nonetheless. Now there's 3 packs if you want to play before the game comes out, and these packs will give you certain types of things. You can get the veteran pack, which is $29, and they'll give you the gold, which you actually get like 2k gold, 30 days premium status, and all these packs are going to have different things that they actually have on their website. The second pack is the epic pack, and it's $50, and then the legendary pack is $99. I'd probably just recommend, if you want to play now, get the $30 pack and just try to enjoy the game if you have nothing else to play and you want to experience a pretty fun game. Thank you so much for watching, and just, you know, hear me kind of go on and talk about everything. I appreciate it. And like I said, if you did enjoy, you know, subscribe, because there will be more Albion videos and maybe other types of videos, so I would love to hear the feedback. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great day.